I am my own special creation. So come take a look, give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world and its
director
and founders
directors. How long working with the Down syndrome?
I've been working with individuals with Down syndrome since I was in college. I went to college at Syracuse University, and so that's not to age myself, but since 2002. We had a program at Syracuse University that was very, very similar to a lot of the work we do in ABLE. It was called the Young Actors Workshop. Now it's called All-Star Cast. And that's how I started getting into this type of work.
I've been doing it for about 5.5 years. I started with Katie on Romeo and Juliet teaching stage combat, and I've stuck with it ever since.
What was it? Battle review?
to work with Down syndrome. Down syndrome
students.
I like working with students with Down syndrome because I found a lot of joy and some of my best friends when I was working in the theater. And I think that everybody deserves that opportunity. So that's really what I'm hoping to do, is just give everybody a chance to tap into their creative sides and to make some new friends and find a lot of happiness there.
Less of a what, more of a who. Katie inspired me to work with kids with Down syndrome because she loved working with them so much. That's why I came in Romeo and Juliet, and then after the first time we did a performance and seeing the way the parents reacted to seeing their kids on stage and seeing how the kids reacted to being on stage, that just kind of kept me going ever since, to keep chasing that moment for the kids.
I remember this, man.
I know.
I'm simple.
Yep. What makes working with Down syndrome teens different than children without?
Working with individuals with Down syndrome, I don't think is that different than working with teenagers who don't have Down syndrome. I think maybe one of the better parts of working with teens who have Down syndrome is that they're not always as shy about their feelings as like when I was a teenager, I was really just like kind of in my hole, and like, you know, I didn't like to tell people how I was feeling, and I kind of kept stuff really private. And I feel like a lot of the times that working with our actors with Down syndrome, they are much more free and they don't put a filter on their experiences, which I think is awesome. I learn a lot from hanging out with you guys.
I think I definitely second that. Individuals with Down syndrome just generally bring an energy into the room, and they tend to wear their emotions on their sleeves, as opposed to teenagers who are angsty and shut off, and individuals with Down syndrome just seem to have more zest for the moment in class, and it's just very inspiring.
What's your favorite show?
And why?
And why?
Ooh, my favorite show. I mean, I've had special moments in all of the shows that we've done. Romeo and Juliet was probably one of my favorites because it was our first one, and as an actor I really loved doing Shakespeare, so I like sharing Shakespeare with other actors. But my favorite was probably What You Will, because everybody got to create their own stories, but they worked together to create their own stories. We did another play called Such Stuff as Dreams Are Made On, where each individual actor made their own little story, but I thought it was really cool to see all of the actors work together and come up with these cool pieces that they got to share. And then I really loved the monologues that everybody wrote for What You Will as well. I think it was really special for everyone to have a moment, not as a character, to just be in front of an audience and say who they are and what's important to them. That was really special. So that's probably my answer.
Do
you want Lawrence's favorite show?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. My favorite Shakespeare would have been Tempest. because of the physicality of creating the ships. I thought that was a lot of fun and kind of action-packed. And then the ones that you guys created, It Would Have to Be What You Will. The same thing with the moment you all had your monologues on stage, your individual hopes and dreams. I think that really came across really well.
Number 6.
Okay, number 6. What has surprised you the
Was
most
it
by working with able teens?
Working able teens.
I am surprised by the growth I get to see for all of our actors. So if I look at every single one of these individuals from the first show they did with us to their second or third or sixth show for some of them, I can really see a lot of changes in how confident they are, how well-spoken they are. Fletcher, I see like you personally going from your first show where you were kind of like, I don't know, I don't think I want to do this, I don't think I want to do this, to then the second show where you were really like, yes, I can't wait to get out there. Alina has had some cool moments where I've seen her really go from kind of the same thing. Like her first show, she was really, really shy and she spent the whole show almost like this. And I had to like take her by the hand and carry her all the way around the stage. And then she just like can't wait to get out there. So I'm just surprised to see the individual growth. And every time I think like, well, that's maybe as good as we're gonna get from that person, they surprise me and prove me wrong and they get even better. Lawrence, what's
Lawrence?
you?
I'd have to second everything you said because you keep stealing all the good stuff. But I think the thing that surprised is actually how attached I have gotten to you guys in the last 5.5 years in regards to no longer knowing how to refer to you as not students or act, but like I genuinely consider you guys my friends, and like I love being in class every week with you guys, and I get surprised about how much like when we're not in class, I was like, I'd really rather be hanging out with our actors and doing stuff.
And the last question, that was a good answer. The last question, you have already made one movie. You're working on your second feature. Tell us about it. Go ahead. Yep. You've already made one movie.
What's making your movie?
Can you tell us about your second feature?
What's your second feature?
Yeah, so our first movie was The Curse of the Tempest Jewel, which is 45-minute long detective film noir movie. Our second movie is called The Spy Who Knew Me, which is kind of like a James Bond sort of thriller, but Lawrence writes and directs all of our movies, so he's going to be better to talk about that than me.
Yes, so that one was 45 minutes, and now we have some more kids, so we're going to make it a little bit longer. And since we were so successful with the first one, I want to have more things for you guys to do in regards to the green screen work and more locations for you guys to be at and make it a little more action-packed. But along with the Tempest Jewel was all about friendship and working together, and so The Spy Who Knew Me is all about your individuality and what makes you special compared to somebody else. Like what makes you the person you are compared to somebody else. And I think
what's really cool is Lawrence used the monologues that we talked about.
Right,
from
used all the
Will.
monologues you guys wrote to create your characters and your special moments in the actual movie.
What everybody said they dreamed about or they want to do or they can do or they're really good at in their monologues, he incorporated that into characters, which is really cool. And just to talk about some locations.
This time we're at the Field Museum, we're going to try to add the Shed Aquarium, CineSpace, we're hoping to use their big screen areas, and they have a warehouse we might want to use. We're going to try to get some more cars for you guys, because now we have a big green screen where you actually drive the cars in. You guys can actually pretend to drive. Lincoln Park, outside. The Adler, the outside of the Adler, possibly for the big finale. And maybe one of the police stations that we got to use last time.
Yeah, so we get to be all around Chicago.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And want to finish?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you guys. Again, again, thank you.
I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each feather and each spangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am.
Maybe.
I promise
I promise.
not to tell anyone.
I'll tell everyone.
Let me have a peek.
Let me peek.
Okay,
Okay.
but you can't
You
tell
can't tell
anyone.
anyone.
Promise to keep it a secret.
Sorry. I'm excited.
What were you?
What are you?
Doing on a plane.
We're doing
Have you ever tried
Have you tried
web slinging
web singing?
across the
That's
Midwest?
the Midwest.
There aren't any buildings.
There ain't no building.
Swinging
Swinging
from corn stalks
stuff
to
to
corn
corn
stalk
stuff.
isn't really
It isn't really
an option.
an option.
Well, Mr. Spider-Man,
Where's Spider-Man?
do you think
And your thing.
you could use
Can you
your
use
spider sense
better sense
and super
and
abilities
to be abilities
to scope out this desert for us?
for us?
Of course I
Of
can.
course I can.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
I wouldn't be a
I
superhero.
wouldn't be a superhero.
I really wish
I can't wish
that there was some way
some way
for me to help
I can help
everybody out.
I don't know help.
What are you talking about? You helped everybody out. You got the doctor to heal people, the pilot to start repairing the plane, the cheerleaders to keep up our spirits, and Spider-Man to go look for help.
I guess
I guess.
I did do all of
I
that.
did all of that.
Without you, we might just be sitting here doing nothing. You helped us all.
Guys, you're never going to believe it.
What?
We're not in a
We're
desert
in the desert
at all.
at all.
Look that way.
That way.
We've been on the beach.
We are on the beach all time.
The water
The water
is just over the
is
dune.
do
Right there.
right there.
There are people
There are people
and roads
and roads
and shops
and shops
right there.
right there.
We're safe.
Let's see.
I can't wait. Wow. I can't wait to go to Swiss Army because it's my family.
I'm going to get some ice cream. I'm going to get some ice cream.
So cute.
I'm gonna build a sandcastle.
Wait,
Wait.
I can help.
I can help.
in life can happen in a show. You can make 'em laugh, you can make 'em cry. Anything, anything can go. The clown with his pants falling down, or the dance that's a dream of romance, or the scene where the villain is mean. That's entertainment.
The lights on the lady in tights.
Or the bride with the guy on the side.
Or the ball where she gives him her all. That's entertainment.
The plot in the hot simply teeming with sex.
A gay divorcee who is after her ex.
It could be Oedipus Rex,
where a chap kills his father and causes a lot of bother.
The clerk who is thrown out of work.
By the boss who is thrown for a loss.
by the skirt, who is doing him dirt.
The world is a stage is a world of entertainment.